Another video, another early morning start, but I'm actually filming this video for you over the week. I have not had a chance to film during the week in a couple of months, I think. No, it hasn't been that long, maybe a month or so. I have been filming every single one of my videos on either Saturday or Sunday, but I'm really happy that this week I have some time to film for you during the week because it means that we can spend even more time together. And today I wanted to do a little bit of housekeeping with you, which I feel like today is the perfect day to do that because it is rainy, gloomy, foggy, and just gray outside. So I really did not want to leave my apartment in the morning. I do have a ton of work and admin to catch up on. And I also want to do a little bit of full wardrobe cleaning with you because as I mentioned in one of my recent videos, which I think it was my video on selling and buying luxury pre-loved. If you have not seen that video, I will make sure to have it linked up here for you. I mentioned that I am at a point where I feel comfortable starting to let go of pieces in my collection. I am not saying that I'm going to be selling my entire luxury collection, but there are things that I no longer have a need for. So today I wanted to go through my wardrobe with you, mainly my SLG collection, some of my ready-to-wear, and also shoes, and just try to figure out how to rehome them. Now, all of these things I still love the look of, but I feel like they no longer bring me joy, or I have gotten enough use and joy out of them, and I feel like there is probably someone out there who would be able to put them to better use, or things that are just not my taste, they no longer fit in my collection, or I can no longer reach for or don't want to reach for. But I still have to figure out how I'm going to find these things a new home. I don't think I'll be going through any one of the big companies that I talked about in my last video because these pieces are mainly ready-to-wear shoes and accessories, which I feel like would be difficult to get rid of through any one of these companies. I considered maybe using Vinted. Let me know if you have any experience with using Vinted. I also considered eBay, but I just find the site and the overall user experience kind of dodgy. And I'm not sure if it is, it's just my personal opinion, but I just wouldn't want to sell luxury pieces through eBay. Obviously there is Vestiaire, but I find Vestiaire way too time consuming, especially considering how much commission they take. And obviously I don't want to sell these pieces for a fortune, but at the same time, I'm not going to be investing all this time and effort into taking pictures, posting them, if Vestiaire takes this unreasonably large commission. So let me know if you have any experience or if anything catches your eye in this video. I would also be open to doing a vlog sale. So I'll leave my email address in the description box. So if there's anything in this video that you like, send me a message and we can definitely talk about it because, I'd rather have these pieces go to people that I know will actually appreciate them. I mean, these things took me a long time to collect and curate. So obviously, if you just want to watch this video for fun, that's what it's here for. But if there's anything that catches your eye, send me an email and we can definitely talk about it. But without further ado, let's go ahead and have a browse through my collection and see what are the things that I just no longer use and have been sitting in my wardrobe collecting dust, which is not what I want. I'm not one of those collectors who aspires to have this gigantic collection, this huge archive of things, but things that I never reach for. That's just not my cup of tea. For me, luxury is things that I can actually use and add value to my life other than just things that I can appreciate from the far. And it's not like I can even appreciate them because I don't have a museum filled with mannequins that I can dress with these things that I own. So let's go and see what are the things that I would consider rehoming. And if that sounds interesting to you, then make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, and keep on watching. it is a couple of hours later. I got some work done. I had a ton of emails to catch up on. I had lunch, and then, as you probably saw in the B-roll, I went through my collection really quick. Well, at least the things that I have out, because I do have a couple of boxes on top of my wardrobe that is just filled with other things that I really do not have the mental energy to go through. So I just quickly went through my wardrobe, picked out a couple of things that I know I haven't worn in quite a while, or things that I tried to wear but didn't really work for me, or I didn't feel they were really representative of my style at this point. And I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to be getting rid of all of these things, because there are some that I kind of forgot about that maybe I should give another try. The perfect example of that is something that I have in here. I have this thing which I think I bought two of. One of these I bought as a gift for a friend, but I really like the look of it, so I ended up getting one for myself, and I have not even had a chance to unbox it, which is a mosaic tray or bowl. I at one point thought about using it as a dog bowl for pie, but I do think it would be quite small for his water, and he doesn't eat from a regular bowl when it comes to food. He eats his breakfast and dinner from a slow feeder, so I put all his kibble in a slow feeder. I fill it with water just to make sure that it is properly rehydrated, and then I freeze it so it takes him a little bit longer to eat. So I don't think it would be appropriate for a baby as big as Spy, and I really have not found another use for it. So I should either start using it, or if any one of you guys would be interested in getting this, send me an email and we can talk about it. Obviously, I'm not going to be selling it to you for a profit. That's not why we are doing this. But this was one of the things that I came across as I was going through all the boxes that I have in here. So this was the first thing that I should either find a use for or try to figure out how I could best rehome it. Moving on to another piece from Hermes, which I have not worn in years, which is this cap that's made of cashmere. Hermes, of course, comes out with caps both for men and women every single season. And I did go through a phase of buying quite a few Hermes caps and hats. This is one that I haven't reached for in years because I don't find that this particular shape is very flattering on me. They do offer several different styles that are part of their permanent range that they'll come out with in different textures, in different finishes. They'll do them in leather, in canvas, in cashmere for fall winter. So I will make sure to put the name of the design up here. I do like Hermes's caps, but this style I just don't think is the most flattering for me because I have quite a round head, and I feel that this particularly big panel on my forehead just makes my head look even more round. So I ended up getting this in a size 57, and it is 100% cashmere, and then it's all in French, and then the lining is 100% acetate, and the inside trim is made of 60% rayon and 40% cotton, dry clean only. I have had this dry cleaned once, so I'm going to have to see if any one of my friends would want this hat. It is really, really simple. The only detail it has, other than, obviously, I bought this because of the fact that it was made of cashmere, but the only little detail that it has on the outside is a tiny, tiny tone-on-tone H embroidery. So this is something that I got a ton of wear out of, but I know it's no longer something that I want to have in my collection. Moving on to, shall we do some ready to wear? Let me show you a couple of things that I came across. So I do have a wool sweater here that I actually bought from Prada a couple of years ago. I'm pretty sure I bought this after moving to Amsterdam, and it is in quite a large size. So it is in size 52, which is the reason I haven't worn it in quite a while, just because it is a little bit too big for me. But it is a really, really beautiful, simple black wool sweater with a tiny little Prada triangle in gray. It's a great staple. I'm sure that it is something that I would wear a lot more if it was a smaller size, but it's not. It's a size 52, and I feel that it's just not the kind of thing that I would want to wear too oversized. Maybe I'll try it on. Maybe I should steam it and try it on one last time before I put it in a pile for donation or for rehoming. But this is something that I came across as something that I haven't worn in quite a bit. So that needs to be rehomed. Something that I really do love, but the fit just doesn't suit me. It is a t-shirt from Dior, and it is one of their iconic printed t-shirt that says, "We should all be feminists." I remember buying this. I'm pretty sure this is something that I unboxed on YouTube. I feel like I bought this for a Dior event, maybe. Or did I buy it for a Dior outfit? Maybe it wasn't for an event. Maybe I just bought an outfit that needed a t-shirt, so I ended up going for this one. It is a really simple cotton t-shirt that I bought in size large. I wore it, I mean, I could probably count on one hand how many times, and the fit is just too feminine for me because it is slightly tapered, and then the sleeves are a little bit shorter than I would want them to be. So I've had this dry cleaned a couple of times, and it has just been sitting in my wardrobe collecting dust. Not because there's anything wrong with this t-shirt, I do really like it, but as I said, the fit is just too feminine for my liking. And then it also has a tiny little CD emblem on the back other than the front detail. So this is something that I would love to rehome because it is a great t-shirt. It is beautifully made. It is, I think, a blend of linen and cotton. So it is quite a special t-shirt, but it's, again, not something that personally suits me. Speaking of things that I have only ever worn a handful of times, I do have a shirt here from Bottega, which I bought because, to be really honest with you, you know why I bought it? I bought it because of all the V details. So it has a Bottega, obviously it has a Venata. So V obviously stands for Venata. So it has the V detail on the back with the stitching. And I also love the fact that every single button, let me see if I can show you here. Every single button here has the V sort of stitching. Instead of it being a regular button, it is in the shape of a V, which I just really loved all these little details. And as much as I love the fit of this shirt, this color just washes me out so badly. It's just not something that I can make work. And some of you guys confirmed that suspicion of mine, because I'm pretty sure I have only ever worn this for filming. And I feel like every time I wear this, I look so gray and dull, which is purely because I'm so pasty. So I feel like if you had a little bit more of a melatonin blessed complexion, and if you're not as pasty as I am, this would look a lot better on you. I do think I should check the size. Maybe I'll check the size and leave it in the description box for you. I think it is a size 46, so it is a size small, but it is more of an oversized shape, and it's made of a really thick, heavy, stiff cotton. So it's not really one of those shirts that I feel like you would want to wear on its own. I feel like it's more of an outer shirt, almost like an outerwear piece that you would throw over a t-shirt as a jacket. And it is a really nice piece, but the color just simply does not work for me. And then we have 3 more pieces of ready to wear here. Next up, this incredibly plush, thick and cozy Gucci sweater, which I actually got from, did I get this in Germany? Or I remember getting this from the Gucci outlet, and the reason I bought it, I'm not sure if it was in Germany or in the Netherlands, but I bought it because it did have this really cool GG detail, and I tried this on in several different sizes, but I thought I should go for the biggest one, so it is as cozy and as voluptuous as it can be, but I went too far. This, I think, is in a size, let me double check the size for you. It is really, really overwhelming on me, which is why I have only ever worn this a couple of times. I do think that it is, I'm not going to waste your time with trying to figure it out. If you're interested, I can leave the size in the description box for you, but it does have this really nice, almost like a herringbone finish. It is 100% wool, but it's not itchy, it's not scratchy, it is really quite soft. And then, as I mentioned, it does have the double G emblem on the hem, which does make it quite special. So this is something that I need to rehome. This next piece, I'm not sure if I want to get rid of because I do love it. I think it is such a special piece. I have tried to wear it a couple of times this past summer, but it's just way too big for me. It kept falling off, and I'm not sure if I could have enough material taken out for it to fit me without losing its shape, which is, let me see if I can show you. If I cannot show you these pieces properly, if I feel like they don't show well on camera, I'll make sure to put in some pictures. that I took wearing these pieces. But the next piece I wanted to show you, or the next piece that I might have to get rid of, is this incredible pair of pants from the Fendi Versace collaboration that is actually from the Fendi side, that have a little split in the middle with a piece of Fendace silk as sort of a little peek through detail. And then on this side you also have a really cool safety pin detail, which I bought in size 46. I did not have the size taken in when I first bought it. The only thing that I had done to it is I had it hemmed, so it was taken up slightly, but I never had the size altered. Maybe I should take it back to Fendi before I commit to getting rid of it, because I do actually really like this pair of trousers. I love the details. I love how simple it is with just the right amount of twist. So stay tuned. I might get rid of this. I might keep it, but I think I'm going to check with Fendi first if it's something that they believe could be tailored, because there's no point having it in a size that doesn't fit me. Let's do a couple of SLGs because I really don't have too many SLGs here. I briefly went through my SLG drawer, which let me tell you is just a mess. I could definitely do another organization video for that drawer, but I've done a couple of them over the years and I'm not sure if it would be redundant for me to do it again, considering that my SLG collection really hasn't changed that much. You know that I'm not really big on SLGs, so I don't actually have too many pieces here that I would like to rehome other than a couple of belt straps. So I do have a belt strap here from Hermes. It is their classic 32mm belt strap in black and in gold on the other side. So it is black smooth leather on one side and gold togo on the other. It's something that I have worn a handful of times, but it is still in great shape, and it is 110 centimeters, which does not fit me anymore. So this is something I need to do something with. And then I have, I think this is a 28 centimeter belt strap. So the width is 28 millimeters, sorry, not centimeters, it is 28 millimeters. And it is in a size, let me see, it is in a size 90, which again is just too small. And I think this is a tube on one side and black on the other. And I did actually pull out the matching belt strap, or at least the belt, sorry, the matching belt buckle. This is the belt strap, and I also wanted to, I am considering getting rid of the belt buckle that I bought to go with this, which is my Constance belt buckle with the lizard inlay. Look what I have found. I was actually sitting on this. So this is the belt buckle that I was telling you about earlier, the Constance belt buckle with the lizard inlay, which, you know, I love this, but I just am no longer reaching for my Hermes belts that are so obviously branded. So this is something that needs to find a new home. And then there is something else that I kind of forgot that I had at home. I thought this was in the safe. It's not, which is my finesse necklace with black spinels, which this to this day is one of my most favorite jewelry designs from Hermes. It is, of course, inspired by the iconic T-bar closure that you'll find on their Shandong pieces. And as much as I love this, it is just way too dainty for me. I wish it was, maybe if the chain was a little bit thicker, or if the pendant was a little bit larger, or perhaps if the chain was a little bit longer, it would look better on me. But it's just not something that I personally can make work. It's a design that I got for Christmas of 2021, 2022. No, I think it's 2021. And even though I am a huge fan of this, it just simply doesn't suit my style at this point. So I think this needs to go back into the safe, because it's not something that I will personally be wearing anytime soon. And then there is something else that I am considering, contemplating, thinking about, toying with the idea of rehoming. I'm not sure, because I do really like this, but it's not something that I have properly reached for and used in a couple of years. So maybe I should get your thoughts on it. And believe it or not, it is my Kelly pocket wallet, which is actually no longer in production. It's something that I fell in love with as soon as I saw this on the runway. and I immediately had it pre-ordered, but I couldn't even wait for my pre-order to arrive. As soon as there was one in the US, I immediately had to jump on it. And it's something that was I actually had to buy it through my own store, but they had it ordered from the Beverly Hills boutique because they were the first boutique in the US to get this in black. I think it's in Epsom, in black Epsom. So it's in black with palladium hardware. It's something that I used for quite a while, but it's still in immaculate condition. And I do love this piece, but it's just not something that I am really reaching for. So I'm thinking, since it is a piece that's no longer in production, there might be someone out there who would actually enjoy using it. Speaking of which, what do I have in here? I do have €1.20. Is it cents? I think so. I have €1.20 in there still. So it's definitely something that I have used for quite a bit, but it's still in great condition, and it might be something that I would consider parting ways with. Let's see. And is there anything else? Oh yeah, there is a bag here from the row, which I have talked about getting rid of, which is the row banana bag. It's something that I have an in-depth review on. The reason I am trying to get rid of it is because I have not been using any one of my smaller bags. At one point I considered buying the suede version, but I wouldn't have kept both. I wouldn't have kept the suede and the original calfskin. So I ended up sticking with the calfskin version. I never bought the suede version, but it's really not something that I have reached for since my original review on this. Is that the case? No, I think I took this to London and I wore it in London once or twice, but other than that, it has just been sitting on my shelf. So if you're interested in this, I do have an in-depth review on the raw banana bag, which I can make sure to link down below for you. I don't really think I'll post this anywhere else. You know, this is the conclusion that I'm coming to. I don't think I'm going to take the time to post this anywhere, but I'm just letting you know some of the things that I will put in a pile, and at one point, if I have the time to get rid of, I will. But for now, it's not something that I will actively be selling, just thinking about how long it would probably take me to take pictures of everything, post them, and then deal with the logistics of shipping them out. So this is really just a video on things that I have not been reaching for that much. And really none of these things are a disappointment. I don't dislike any one of these things. They just did not work out for me for one reason or another. And then last but not least, I have a pair of Chanel shoelaces here. And it's not because I'm getting rid of the shoelaces, but because I do have a pair of virtually brand new Chanel bowling shoes in black with a white sole, which I have not been wearing. I bought those in Copenhagen. The only reason I bought them is because that was the only thing I could find at Chanel, and don't ask me why I had to buy something from Chanel, but in the moment I just felt like I did. So I bought those shoes and I love the style. I'm pretty sure that they are in a size 42. They're unisex design, so they work both for men and women as long as you fit into a size 42 shoe. Those would fit you, but they are black, and I rarely, if ever, wear shoes that are not white because I wear so much black. I feel that a black pair of shoes just really drag me down. So that's the reason I have not reached for those. I have worn those again a handful of times, but they are still in great shape, and they have just been sitting in my cupboard, not seeing the light of day. So seeing these shoelaces in my SLG drawer reminded me of them. But these are all the pieces that I wanted to share with you, things that I would consider rehoming, things that I am trying to find a new home for, or really just pieces that are cluttering my life. So as I said, I'm not even sure if I'm really going to be rehoming these or if I'm just going to fold them up, put them in a pile, and take them out of sight for a little bit, out of sight, out of mind, because they're just taking up space unnecessarily, because they're just not things that I'm reaching for. Again, the only thing that I would want to give another try is the Fendi trousers, and maybe I'll try on the Prada sweater again. But this is really it. These are all the pieces that I am considering clearing out of my life. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was something different, but if you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't done so yet. And please let me know in the comment section, when was the last time you went through your wardrobe. I really appreciate you being here and watching, and I cannot wait to see you back here with a new video really, really soon.